Hello and howdy there, folks. A couple days ago, I saw The Campaign, and I thought it was okay. Perhaps I was the victim of raised expectations, but I definitely expected it to be better than it was. I'm going to give it a 5. I arrived at that decision because I'm comparing it to the last two comedies I saw. The last being Ted. Ted I gave a 7. The comedy before that was The Dictator. I gave The Dictator a 6. And there's just no way that The Campaign is better than those films. So, by default, I'm giving it a 5. The Campaign is about a congressman who is been unopposed, or at least won the last 4 terms or something like that. So he's running again for a 5th term, unopposed for a while. Thinks he's got it, cinched. Then Marty Huggins joins the race and throws a monkey wrench into the plan. And then it is about the campaign that the two of them have. One, a seasoned politician, the other just a nobody, if you will. It's about, what politics can do to a person. What you have to sacrifice to be a politician. I wish it would have gone more into that. Again, this is concerned about being stupid and about being funny. I wish that it had a little bit more of a message to it, something to really think about, but there really isn't anything to think about, and I really haven't thought about the film since seeing it. So, it's whatever. I really can't, tell you a funny joke or anything. It was just, it was funny. It wasn't hilarious. But it wasn't, bad. There was a lot of stupid stuff. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous, which is fine. But, again, when you're hoping for a more biting satire, ridiculous, just doesn't cut it too much. Luckily, you've got two of the funniest men on the planet, Will Ferrell and Zach Galifianakis, going toe-to-toe. They were also executive producers of the film. The best scenes, I think, are the scenes that aren't necessarily written, where you can just tell that they left the camera roll and let these, bizarre master improvers just kind of string together some nonsense, and it comes out as kind of hilarious and funny. But it's just very sporadic, and there's not much of that. Also stars Jason Sudeikis, Dylan McDermott. He was very funny. He's probably got, the funniest role, really. He was very funny. Who else was in it? Dan Aykroyd, John Lithgow, very good. I love seeing John Lithgow. So that's always fantastic. Who else? I'm trying to remember any ladies in the film. I don't know their names. The candidates each have wives. They're all, kind of cookie cutter characters. Everyone in the film is just basically, kind of plays a stereotype cookie cutter caricature, and, just plays that role, to a T, usually. But, again, you want something more. You want something more varied. But, directed by Jay Roach, who did the Austin Powers trilogy, the Meet the Parents trilogy. He's done a couple HBO original films about politics. I can't think of the names right off the top of my head, but anyway, he's can be a political filmmaker. So again, I was hoping for more of just, you know, political commentary throughout. I really don't know what else to say about it other than, you know, I was kind of bored. You know, the movie is an hour and 20 minutes, not including credits. Like, with credits, it's an hour and 25 minutes, so whatever. It's an hour and 20-minute film. It drugged for me. You know, it was slow. I was definitely ready to be done. I would say that the theater was half full. Pretty good audience. Out of that half full theater, I think the count stands at 5. 5 people walked out. One guy got up like pretty soon. Like he was ready to get his money back. The other 4 people, it was actually 2 couples who left separately. I could tell that they left at a point where they wouldn't get their money back, but, you know, whatever. They didn't want to watch the movie anymore. So I was thinking about why they wouldn't want to watch the movie. Again, I didn't love the movie, but I certainly wouldn't walk out. It's very vulgar. I mean, like, it's like intentionally blue. Really is super vulgar in some points in terms of language. So perhaps they were offended by, you know, the constant stream of filth language. Also, you know, this is a political film. It takes a lot of cheap shots at beliefs. You know, I think that's always a great thing about comedies. I don't think anyone should be safe in a comedy. Everyone should be equally offended by a good comedy. I really wasn't offended here. You know, it didn't really take too many chances. It took some, you know, kind of like some broad swipes at religion. I thought maybe that, you know, they had a problem with the religious mockery aspect. But again, you know, they mock pretty much any held belief. I wish they would have done it more. But there is some mockery there, particularly of religion. So you know, I thought maybe that sent them away as well. So people did walk out. It was, you know, fine performances from Will Ferrell and Zach Galifianakis. This is like literally nothing that they haven't done before. Zach Galifianakis' character is basically Seth Galifianakis from his stand-up routine, which he's usually used to much more hilarious effect. But that's fine. Will Ferrell is Will Ferrell. Someone made a point to me the other day that I kind of can't shake. That was a very interesting point nonetheless. We were pretty much having a discussion, not an argument, over whether Will Ferrell was funny. I thought Will Ferrell was funny. He did not think Will Ferrell was funny. And his main point was that Will Ferrell tries to make Will Ferrell laugh. Will Ferrell doesn't try to make somebody else laugh. He tries to make himself laugh. And for a while I thought, well, you know, okay, if you've got this comedic talent and he's just trying to make himself, the comedic talent, laugh, then, well, you're going to make other people laugh as well. But it is something I've thought about, and I think I kind of have to agree with that a little bit. But still, he's funny. This is also produced by Adam McKay, his writing partner. The screenplay, boy, I can't remember who wrote it. There was a few names on there. You know, general rule of thumb is the more names that are attached to a, you know, written by, the worse. That isn't always the case. You know, Blazing Saddles was written by 6 people, I believe. So it's not always the case, but generally, the more people who write something, the worse it's going to be. And I think there were, 3 or 4 names with the written by here. I don't really know what else to say other than, I was just slightly let down, but that's my own fault for having expectations, I guess. But I wanted it to be funnier. I have no real desire to see the film again. Maybe y'all catch it someday on, regular television when it has commercials and everything. But, it was fine. It was funny. It was ridiculous. So, I don't know what else I can say. That's The Campaign, and I'll give it a 5. Thank you very much.